how did they not literally overrun plays half the time?
Well, we did a couple times. They ran a couple drive routes on us, and we did. You know, we overran and had a couple cutbacks, but we're a fast defense. We got some guys that can run. You know, it seems like Dorian and Muse are always, closing in. Those two guys are everywhere, but our backers can run. You know, we're athletic up front, and they just take a lot of pride in playing for each other and getting their job done. And Brent does such an awesome job in giving them a good plan each and every week.
How big was the play by Dorian? Virginia Tech had a little life there, and all of a sudden not much.
Yeah, they did. I think that was right after the punt. They'd gotten the punt score, and then we got there. We had a bad play, tackle for loss. We got behind the chains, and so we ended up having to punt it away. And then they got the ball. That was a huge play, and really proud of him. Kind of similar to the first one he had. So he's got 2 pick sixes, and I don't know when's the last time that happened. 1990. Who was it?
Arlington Nunn.
Shout out to Arlington Nunn, wherever he is. Shout out to him. He and Delano O'Daniel. That was huge. I mean, that was just kind of, because this is a place they're looking for anything to just erupt, and that kind of settled everything back down a little bit. So it was a big play. When you're in position and you can get your hands on balls, usually tips or picks. We've had our share of those too, so going the other way.
Coach C.J. Fuller just had 1 carry last week, and it was a fumble, his second one of the season. You said the other day that you're going to need him going forward a lot, and I thought it demonstrated a lot of confidence in him putting him in on that 4th and goal.
Yeah, I mean, we believe in all those guys. We wanted to play Adam, but he broke his ankle this week. I think I told you that, but he could have gone. But he was a little stiff. So we just decided that he really didn't feel good about it either. But all 4 of those guys are going to have plenty of opportunities. Adam had a huge touchdown for us last week, but it's good to see CJ get in there, and he just kind of willpowered it in. I think that was the 4th and 1, wasn't it? Was that the 4th and 1? I just felt like we needed to, if we didn't get it, they got 99 yards. The defense was playing great, but just thought that we could really, stretch it out a little bit and worth taking a shot at it. And they really had it defended pretty well, but CJ got behind his pads and was able to knock it in there.
We're 5 games into the season. Where does defense rank for you? Is it better than last year?
Oh, shoot. We got a long way to go. Man, that defense last year played 15 games, so 5 games don't make a season. Not unless they're going to cancel October and November and just give us a bye.
So far.
So far they've done a great job. I mean, they've answered every test. They show up. They take pride in their preparation. We've got excellent leadership. We got guys that care. I mean, all those guys. I mean, not just our starters, but all of those guys. They really care about getting the job done. But we have such great leadership with Cleveland and Austin and Christian and Dexter, Kendall. Trey's coming on. JD's playing great football for us right now. I mean, I'm really proud of him. And Dorian has been a great leader. It's good to see him. He didn't play a very good game last week. And he wasn't real happy about it. He had a great week, came back, and it's good to see him get back on track tonight. And Van, veteran guy for us, Ryan Carter. We didn't Mark Salmon hasn't played much yet. Everybody, he'll be back sooner or later. Marcus Evans will be back. And we've just got good depth over there and guys that take pride. So I mean, so far so good. They've had some 3 top 15 teams, and we've been able to give our offense good field position and give them opportunities to complement them.
You talk about that one play where you're on the 5, Kelly gets pushed all the way back by the Tech defense like the 25 and runs around for half an hour, winds up picking up a yard. Just talk about that play and what that meant to the game. And
Well, it was a shovel. It was just a little rollout. We had a tight end coming underneath, and it's kind of a read play. He can throw the sprint out, or he can shovel the ball back underneath. And I got to see it on tape. I guess he just didn't feel good about the shovel. So you're pretty much dead in the water after that point. And I was hoping he'd just throw it away, but he decided to run for 50 yards in a box. So unbelievable. I mean, he's just blessed. I mean, he's a strong kid, and he's just got great athleticism, and that's one of those plays in the game where, they'll look back and say, dadgummit, we had him, and we had a couple of them, we had them too, but just a great individual effort on his part right there, and just getting it back. He was, how far did he get back? He was back, he was a ways. How far?
15 yards.
15 yards, yeah, he was back there a ways, and we were going, oh, no, yes. At one point, it went so long, I think it was Jake said he might score. But it was a play that didn't go well, and somehow or another he made it, manageable for us.
Devin,
How
on a
does
night
this
like
team-
this, do you ever see Kelly's nerves? Do you have to have a talk with him or calm him down, or is he?
No, he's not a freshman. And he's a new player. He's an inexperienced player, but he's not a freshman. So he's been in these environments. Like he's watched Deshaun. He's had a front row seat for Deshaun the last 2 years, and so he's just a poised guy. He was that way in high school too. Yeah, I remember he played. I'll never ever forget it. We scored. Daniel, my son was playing at Daniel, and they scored at Wren. I think there was 34 seconds left on the clock. And so I'm like, I gotta get back to the hotel, so I jumped, I'm riding a road over with the trooper, so I get in the car. And I'm like, well, this is over. Next thing I know, he takes them down the field with 34 seconds to win the game. And I know it's a high school football game, but that's just kind of, he's just kind of a poised young guy. And I'm just proud of him. He was a little high on a couple of throws, so maybe he had some antsiness to him. But he settled in and did a heck of a job. We had a couple drops tonight. We really caught the ball well, but we had a couple big drops that we have not had. And then he missed a couple too. So, but he had a heck of a night.
How does this team just
First 2
keep
years at-
embracing? How do they just keep embracing the spotlight, the top 15 games, and not get overwhelmed by Lane Stadium or wherever you go?
Well, because we don't make it about that stuff. I mean, it really that shouldn't have anything to do with how you play. We always, if you're a good player, you're a good player anywhere. If you're a good team, you're a good team anywhere. Those things really shouldn't matter. Just focus on the things that we control, and that's our preparation. We always say Saturday night shine and swagger are a result of Monday through Friday grind and preparation, and so that's what we focus on, just getting ready and just preparing, and then trying to play good, sound, fundamental football. But don't get distracted by all that stuff. Let's just focus on the play, and so they really believe. Every time we take the field, they think they can win. And, you always say you got to win in the mind before you can win anywhere else. And our guys, they truly have the right mindset.
Coach, the first 2 years at Clemson, you're 9-4, 6-7, and then you got really got going on a roll since then. Can you see that type of potential here for Coach Fuente and Virginia Tech?
I sure can. My first year, we went to the ACC championship and got beat in a heartbreaker to Georgia Tech. Some of y'all remember that. I think they went 86 yards to win that one. Not that I'm still bitter about that. But and then the next year we came back and we just really good on defense. We just weren't quite as good as we need to be on offense. But that was probably the year that I really felt like we were in the right spot as a program. With what I saw from in the locker room and just the makeup of our team, but absolutely, man, Justin. Y'all know I almost hired Justin. I'm glad I didn't because he'd only been there for a year and he'd been gone. But he's a heck of a coach and a good guy. He's good for the business. That's the kind of people you want coaching. Got a great family. He's a great fit, and he's very fortunate to have a guy like Coach Beamer, because I know Coach Beamer is got his arm around him and supporting him in every way. He represents just everything great about this business, but he's going to do a heck of a job. I mean, like I said, right out of the gate, they I don't remember how many they won, but I know they played for the championship, and I think they won the bowl game, beat Arkansas, I think, in the bowl game. So they're off to a great start, and they're going to be a handful. And like I said, who knows? We might end up, if we can somehow find a way to get to the championship this year, we very well have to play them again. They're not going to go away. They're going to be a handful for everybody they play.
A lot was made about this tough
Last
five-game
question.
stretch in September to start. What have you learned about your team with so many new pieces?
I didn't hear the first part.
So a lot was made about this tough stretch early on with
Yeah.
the tough 5 games. What have you learned about this team through the first month of the year?
Well, I mean, like I said, are battle tested, and we've got good depth. We've got the right mindset. Every team is different. There's a lot of things that you learn once you start playing games. There's things, you think you've got certain things in place, but until you start playing, you just don't know. I mean, we've learned about our quarterback every single week. So I just think that they've got the right heart, got the right chemistry, we've got good leadership, and again, we've got the right mindset. So those are the things we've learned, and we know we're good enough. So I mean, it's not like, we know we're good enough. So now it's just a matter, and we know what it takes. They're battle tested. They've been on the road. They've played tough teams. So I think the experience is positive for us, and they know what it takes. But now they've got to continue to be willing to do what it takes. That is just staying committed to how we get ready, and continuing to pay the price in preparation.